14-year-old Jimmy Williams is all about heart. He loves his family unconditionally and his hometown of Jackson, Missouri. He puts his heart and soul into sports, especially his first love, golf. But little did he and his parents imagine that the nationally ranked junior golfer with the big heart would need a new one after his failed when he was only 10 years old.
I realize I'm a very sick kid. Lying in this bed, I'm pretty much skin and bones. My eyes are sunk back with dark circles around them. But I want him to know that I'm an athlete. This is not the real me.
This is the side of him Jimmy wants the doctors to see at Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital in St. Louis. The athlete, the champion, the kid who dreams of being a PGA pro. It was at a national tournament when his life took a frightening turn.
We were in Orlando. It's the Hurricane Junior World Championships. And they have a putting green where you're practicing before you're out, and he got nauseous just standing on the putting green, walked off and threw up. He's like, oh, I'll be fine, I'll be fine. But he was never fine after that.
Jimmy pushed through, taking home a third-place trophy. 3 weeks later, he found himself being admitted to Cardinal Glennon. His parents, Jim and Shana Williams, were in shock. What they were told might be stomach issues turned out to be pediatric dilated cardiomyopathy. Young Jimmy's heart was functioning at only 17%.
I was like, what? My stomach's hurting. How's my heart failing?
His heart was the size of a football. I mean, it was, and you could literally, once I actually paid it, when he was laying in the bed, you could actually see it beating.
How did we miss that?
Within a week, Jimmy's put on a heart transplant list. What followed was a grueling 6 weeks in the intensive care unit with needles, IVs, tubes, and open heart surgery to insert a device called an LVAD to help pump his heart. All of it is now chronicled in a book Jimmy has written with his father. At his first book signing, Jimmy's Cardinal Glennon medical team was first in line.
Why Attitude of Grace? Why that title?
Yeah. So he can tell you what an attitude of grace is, but I had to learn it.
Alarms are going off. The glass walls of my room are thrown aside as doctors and nurses rush in. Mom and Dad are standing now, and I can feel Mom praying. I want to tell them it's going to be okay. I just need to know how I can help. I'm not afraid.
The family credits their positivity and Jimmy's strong spirit to their Christian faith.
Did he ever complain?
No. Once, ever.
Ever.
For a 10-year-old boy, he really never complained?
Never.
Wow.
Jimmy is definitely a fighter, and he's certainly an inspiration. But we had scary moments, and it's just part of the nature of the disease.
During one of those scary moments, the doctors marveled at the determination Jimmy could muster when they could not sedate him while performing a procedure they usually only do on adults.
Let's cut him and run a wire up his arm, right? He never moved. And the nurse said something. She said, in sports, a great attitude's the difference in winning and losing. In the PICU, it can be the difference in living and dying.
Trust in the process, because you can't manipulate what's going on when you're in there, like on the golf course or even in the hospital.
He's completely unruffled with things that would upset adults and older kids for sure, but he took everything completely in stride, and it was not simple. I mean, a lot of stuff going on, particularly prior to his transplant, that were challenging.
As Jimmy waited for a new heart, pet therapy dog Thor kept him company.
This is your friend Stanley.
The St. Louis Blues stopped by twice to meet with Jimmy, as did golf pro Jay Delsing and Cardinal Hall of Famer Ozzie Smith. The family even took in Cardinal games with his lead transplant surgeon to pass the time.
You just want to go crawl in the bed and just cry all day long, because you're praying for a heart, but then you're also praying for someone else's tragedy. It's hell.
Hi, Jimmy. 101 days after being placed on the transplant list, a perfect match was found donated from the family of an 11-year-old Illinois boy named Spencer. Recovery has been long, but not without its bucket list moments.
And we're just so excited to announce that Jimmy is the patient co-chair for this year's Homers for Health program.
Jimmy Williams.
Thank you, Matt and Leslie.
For 2 years, Jimmy's co-chaired Homers for Health fundraiser with former baseball Cardinal Matt Holliday, as well as serving as a Glennon kid. He threw out the first pitch at Busch Stadium and started Jimmy's birthday wish, collecting thousands of toys and donating them to Cardinal Glennon patients every year on his birthday. His motivational speaking gigs have evolved into his latest endeavor, author.
Everything that he has done since I have known him has been remarkable. So from the standpoint of that, this is just par for the course.
Jimmy is back on the golf course and with a vengeance.
It's good, Jimmy. You're putting.
After his transplant surgery, he won his first 3 tournaments. For now, his routine visits to Cardinal Glennon are bittersweet, with biopsies to test his heart, yet reuniting with the people who are dear to his new one, the medical team he considers family.
I will forever be thankful for the care I received here. God has a story to tell, and He wants me to tell it. Attitude of Grace is that story.